Mike Bohn here at UFC Vancouver with Kevin Holland, who faces Mike Malott on Saturday's main card. Kevin, UFC fight number 28 now. You're going quick.
Yeah, I try and stay at it. I always say back at it like a jackrabbit, so, jackrabbits just keep on bouncing.
I know you're setting the bar early this year because you fought in January, wanted 6 or 7. This is fight number 5. Given though the way the last one went, did you think about taking longer time off, or was it just get me back in there as soon as possible?
No, I still wanted to fight on El Noche. You know what I mean? I was telling the UFC, run it right back on El Noche, and I don't have that counter pool, so I can't do stuff like that. But yeah, we're in here now. We got Malott, so we'll go out here, put the work in on this dude, and then hopefully we get to run something back and get our 6th fight of the year, and then next year it'll be a chill year. But in 27, I'll fight 7 times.
Why? What do you got going on next year?
Just chilling. We're building houses, and the gym's up and running, and just got a lot of different things going on. So I fought enough this year. The next year I can just relax a little bit, let the brain rest up, let the body heal up, and then I'll be ready to go after it again the year after. Yeah.
Is that a part of the thinking when you lay these out, go heavy one year, next year reel it back a bit, then go heavy the following year?
Yeah, it's especially I got kids, man. I got 2 kids. So my youngest, he's too young to complain about it. My oldest is at the perfect age to express how he feels. So my oldest child, he tends to want dad to be home a little bit more, and so he understood that this year was a hard working year, but next year we've already agreed that we'll chill next year.
Yeah. Who do you talk to when they say, especially when you're winning, it's easy, right, to make these things? When you come off a loss, who do you talk to anyone about should we navigate it this way?
No, I mean, after 2020 everything's pretty much simple to do. When you're saying, do I talk to somebody, you're talking talk to the UFC staff, or
your team, coaches, family, anyone?
I love all my coaches to death. They're all great, but like I said in the last one, I recently opened up a gym. So at the end of the day, it's as much as I trust them, as much as I respect them, ultimately the decision has always been mine. It's if anybody I talk to anybody, it's probably my son. My son, he's the boss, and I'm just the ATM.
How old's he?
He's 12.
Okay, so he's very aware.
Yeah, he's very aware. Yeah, he's very aware.
Would you say you opened the gym? Is that a gym for the public, training people, or is this a facility for you do your camps?
No, I've had facilities for the past 3-4 years, ever since the Wonder Boy fight, to do my own camps. We had spas and shit, and I didn't like that. So ever since then, I've kind of had my own place when I need to get private work in. But that being said, no, this one right here is for the public. It's for anybody in the DFW that wants to train. We're starting off with one in Fort Worth, and then eventually we'll open up another one in Dallas. And like I said, I'm tired of seeing the MMA community get done wrong, especially in the DFW. A lot of times coaches aren't good coaches. They have no credentials when it comes to actual fighting, but they're getting paid, 6 figures a year to coach fighters. It's not right, It's fighters are paying 10% of their purse, and they can't get a massage at their gym. They can't get a PT at their gym. They can't get strength and conditioning at their gym. They can't get all the essentials that they need to be ready for a fight, and it's crazy. You have a guy like me who's had to travel for years just to get ready for a fight, and I won't leave Texas. I could have probably moved to Vegas several times, and things would have been easy, but Texas deserves it, so I'm here to make sure that Texas gets it. And I'm not saying Texas doesn't have it. They have great things in Houston and other surrounding cities, but when it comes to DFW, we need it, we deserve it, and that's why it's open for the public.
Is that your way of giving back to the sport? You look at, I don't picture you being a coach down the line, corner every weekend, but you see someone like a Dan Lambert, right, who's puts behind the scenes, puts all the investments into a gym like ATT and helps build the sport that way.
Yeah, I think that's the best way for me to do it. It's I definitely don't see myself coaching every weekend. I'd probably be more into commentating and maybe helping run another fight promotion that's very small, like a feeder league to the Contender. I would never see myself being a coach 24/7. I just don't think that I have enough love and respect for the people coming up in the game to give that type of dedication. But I'm a hell of a manager, and I'm a hell of a negotiator. So whatever it takes to make sure things are good for those guys. And even if that just means putting some of my hard-earned money to making sure there's a good gym, coaches are getting paid right so that they can put the time and energy into fighters that they should, then that's what I do.
You mentioned negotiating. This is only the 3rd time you've had to leave the U.S. for a UFC fight. China, London, and here we are in Canada.
Yeah, in China I had no say-so whatsoever. I was just trying to keep my feet wet. And then London, I actually asked for London. And then here in Canada, when Hunter asked me about Canada, he said, it's only a 4-hour flight. I couldn't complain at all. A 4-hour flight, get another overseas card done. Technically, away from the USA. And I told them at the beginning of the year, I said, this will be the year that I want 6 fights this year. I said, I will travel. I'll go wherever you need me to go. I even told them I'd go to Abu Dhabi. Now, that was a bald-faced lie, but I told them I would. So
yeah, that's next week. You're not going.
Not going. Not going.
when ideally, do you think, like, is Hunter, does he seem open to that? Do you think whatever happens on Saturday, you're going to get one more in?
I would like to say whatever happens on Saturday, I'm going to get one more in, but Saturday night, I'm fucking shit up. So, yeah, I'm for sure getting one more in this year. Yeah.
What's your read on Mike Malott? I know you don't watch these guys, you don't really care, but is he someone who you've seen him fight on a card you've been at or anything like that?
I've watched Mike Malott fight once or twice before. Like once I said, I thought it was Matthews, but it's no big deal. I've seen the guy fight. The guy is a wonderful fighter. He's just a step behind the level of competition that I am, and he's 2 steps behind the level of competition I usually lose to. So, yeah, it's just not going to be a good one.
Jake Matthews, the guy who just fought Neil Magny a couple weeks ago?
And that's when I realized that I wasn't fighting Jake Matthews. I went to go watch. I always watch Neil Magny fight. I'm a fan of Neil Magny, and as much as I want to fight him, I'm a fan of Neil Magny because another tall guy, long guy, most wins in the welterweight division. Mm-hmm. He's shown over and over again he knows what to do to get the job done. So I'm a fan of watching Neil Magny. My body style, his body style, similar body styles. I have the better fast twitch muscles. I have the better shit talking. I got the better everything from top to bottom. But when that is said, Magny's still an OG, and I have to give him plenty of respect. So anytime he fights, I like to tune in and see what I can learn. So that's when I found out that I was fighting a true guy named Malott, not Matthews.
What do you think of that weird situation that happened in that fight where, like, the referee thought Neil tapped, restarted the fight, then he won in the 3rd round or the 2nd round?
I thought it was great. Another lesson learned from Neil Magny. You know what I mean? No matter what, stay calm, cool, and collected, even when they think that you weren't calm, cool, and collected. Magny's an OG, man. I would, no matter what, win, lose, or draw, he can keep his hair. I just love to scrap him.
Just 2 more things here. There was a fighter on Dana White's Contender Series a few weeks ago who was like talking to Dana through the cage and then won his fight by decision. I think he was like a 6 or 7 to 1 favorite. And Dana does this thing now where, like, guys who are kind of like that, he always recites the Kevin Holland story. Like, was not loving this guy. I brought him back around, gave him the opportunity. Look who he is now, like one of the most profitable fighters we've had. What would be your message to that fighter who's probably feeling like crap about himself? Dana White didn't want me. Like he said, I was this, that, or the other thing, but then he showed the path forward. What would be advice to a guy like that?
Man, stay ready. You don't have to get ready. They called me for Thiago Santos, and I thought I was fighting a bum. Wish I knew it was Thiago Santos. But, yeah, you just stay ready. You don't have to get ready, bro. They know who you are. They know your name. Stay active. Stay ready to go. And next time, shut the fuck up. Simple as that.
It's only one big mouth.
Only one big mouth, bro.
Who would be the dream opponent for fight number 6?
It just have to be Neil Magny or D-Rod. Neil Magny because he has the most welterweight. He has the most wins at welterweight, and because he's the only other person besides me and Angela Overkill Hill to have that many wins in a year. So just to solidify that I am that guy and not him, that'd be awesome. Or the D-Rod rematch because I'm 2-2 this year, and I should for sure be, 4-1 after this next one. So yeah, that D-Rod fight doesn't sit right with me at all.
You fought both Kevin Holland and Renier Dritter. Who do you think, or Kevin Holland, Brendan Allen, and Renier Dritter, who main event this card? Who do you think wins that?
Man, RDR is strong. He's the dude's he's a straight refrigerator when you get in there with him. But that being said, Brandon Allen has that Louisiana just dug to him, man. And if he's an underdog, I'm willing to put my money on him. And it's like if the numbers were dead even and I had to tell somebody to pick, I'd say just go ahead and go with RDR. I feel like it's a safer bet. But that being said, I don't like betting against Brandon Allen. Brandon Allen's a dog. He's good. I think he knows he's good, but I think sometimes he gets in there and some old habits pop out. But Brandon Allen's fucking good. So, I think we could really see an upset. I think Brandon Allen can get the job done.
Who's the welterweight champion this time next month? Jack Della Maddalena or Islam Makhachev?
I'm not going to put anything past Khabib's little brother. So, yeah, I mean, and that being said, I think JDM's a wonderful fighter, real calm, cool, collected, but he gets taken out a little too easy. So, yeah.
Love the insights. Appreciate it, Kevin, as always.
Appreciate you. Thank you, big dog. Yes.